some of the best learning that you can do is about your own brain, which is a lot of why I'm here this morning. It really makes a difference to learn about what's going on in here, the different lobes, and how the brain works, how the brain relates to itself, how the brain relates to the body, and the body to the brain. It's so exciting because there are over 500,000 neuroscientists on this planet today who are just fascinated with how our brains work. And we are the reason for that. What I mean by that is we're living longer and we demand a quality of life. And that quality of life means that we've got to be present. We've got to be in touch with what's going on. So I do strongly, I've got all these magazines. This one is Discover the Brain, Scientific American, the Brain. So I got these all in grocery stores. Safeway carries these things. So I really want to recommend. They're very beautifully illustrated, up-to-date research on how the brain works and how you can work the brain. So those are two things that we care about: is how does it work and how do I work it? You know, it's a tool that you have right there. So I'm really pleased to be here and want to share some ideas in a little bit larger context here this morning than I did last time. I definitely want to answer as many of your questions as possible. As you may remember, I love to have my interaction with you because I know this to be a very alive group, and when you ask questions, then we can really get into it. And moreover, you walk out of here with something you can use. That's my hope. And that's why I offer the free handouts over there. Incidentally, I have a few copies of the DVD from the last time I was here, and that is also a gift to you. So what we're talking about today, and I'd like to give a brief introduction before we jump into how may I serve you in particular. Because what I've begun to put together is a very large, holistic picture of how we can be in the world in such a way that we can, again, have our brain span outlast our lifespan. In other words, have fun and get stuff done until you die. So the concept that we're working with here is called brain fitness. And one of the things that it relies on is the fact that you have way more neurons than you need. And this is called brain reserve. And the more you are learning and working with using your mind and your body in different ways, in new ways, in creative ways, and learning things, the more you can keep those neurons alive and actually make new ones. It's very exciting stuff. So what I'd like to share with you is this concept that there are 4 main components to brain fitness. And the first is your body. If you don't take care of your body, it's going to be hard for your brain to take care of you. So as we know, the body has maps all over the brain. The brain is constantly sending information to the body. The body is constantly sending information back to the brain. It's happening all the time. So when we think of the body, we think of breathing. And this is a big one for us because as we age, we often spend more time sitting. And the lungs don't get to fill. So I'm recommending, 3 or 4 times a day, just pause and take a nice deep breath. Exhale completely. Do that 2 or 3 times a day, and it really can make a difference in your life. And drink a lot of water. Everybody knows to drink a lot of water. It also has to do with the foods that you like. So we want to think about what kinds of foods contribute toward a healthy brain and what kinds of foods are actually detracting from a healthy brain. In general, as you may already know, a heart-healthy diet is also a brain-healthy diet. High in omega-3s, high in unsaturated fats, fruits and vegetables galore, that kind of thing. So exercise and what you put into your body, breathing, comprise a lot of the body aspect of how do we keep our brains healthy. One of the things that is very important for us to remember is that dance is probably the most important thing you can do for a healthy brain. And the reason is that, first of all, the music tends to integrate the brain. The right hemisphere with the left. So music has a progression. It has left brain aspects to it. But it also has that emotional side and holistic side and beautiful side. So music is constantly integrating your brain if you're listening to it, if you're really listening to it. But when you put movement to it, even moving your hands around with music can do a great deal for keeping your brain alive. And of course, when you do that, you're getting more oxygen to the body, more oxygen to the brain. It's totally healthy. I'm not going to talk anything about some of the chemicals that are being developed today. The Buck Institute was mentioned earlier. They have a tremendous amount of research done on what are now called smart drugs, right? So things that make you smarter. Keep those neurons active and happy and zapping and doing what they need to do. Part one then is take care of your body. Be nice to your body. And talk to your body. Any part of your body that's working well, I want you to thank it. I'm serious. You know, any part of your body that's working, say, way to go, knees or hips or whatever it is. And if it's not going well, then send some love down to it. Because oftentimes, you notice what we do? Some part of us hurts, and we say, my back is out. Well, your back isn't out. It's right there. Right? And we say, darn this pain in my hip, or darn this pain in my elbow. Let's change that around. Think of it this way. If you are in the presence of an infant, and the infant is crying in a crib, you go to that infant with love, yes? What's going on, sweetheart? You need changing, you need food, you need to be turned over, too warm, too cold, blah, blah, blah. So that's what we want to do with our body. We want to address our pains with love. Very, very helpful